amigos de Summa Inferno, estamos aquí con Eric de Prevail, que están presentando su nuevo álbum, True Power, que sale el día viernes, el viernes 19 de agosto, por si lo quieren escuchar. Eric, we're about to hear your new album that will be released in 2 days, True Power, which promises to sound very, very devastating. How was the production of this new material?
Well, we were in the middle of a European tour in 2020, and when the world shut down, we came home, and after a few months of realizing that this wasn't going to be a quick thing, we started working on the new record and spent 2 years working on it. And I think that was very beneficial for it because we had time to actually sit with the demos and make little changes and live with them and really just try to make this the best it could have been.
Nice. Your last album, your second album, Trauma, was quite personal and based on experiences you guys have. For True Power, what has changed?
Well, I think the one of the themes I also want the listener to go through this record and hear and see, try and pick up the themes that we place throughout the record. But as a whole, this album really is the show of where True Power or Trauma was a show of letting your guard down, wearing your heart on your sleeve, kind of attitude, and knowing that sometimes it's just okay to not be okay. From where that went to this new record, True Power. True Power is really the journey of going through those lows and those struggles and those hard times and letting them change you and find your power through that and become a stronger person because of those things. That's a lot of what this record became after Trauma.
And did the whole pandemic thing affected you when writing and producing?
A little bit. We the travel aspect is a little difficult at first, but our producer lives in California and we're here in Michigan, and we would do like a 3-week writing trip here. We'd fly our producer out, or we'd fly to LA and work for a bit. So it made it a little more difficult on the travel end in the beginning, but honestly, we try to make the best of it. And I think the best of it was taking the time and slowly working on this and making it, like I said, the best thing it could have been.
And why did you decide to work again with Tanner Smith as producer?
He's incredible. Between him and a guy, John Eberhard, we brought in for some work. Tyler's just incredible brainchild. He's very talented, and he's always hungry to try to keep things fresh and to find a new approach to writing certain parts. And I think going from where we started to taking a shot to writing most of the record with Trauma with Tyler and seeing what came out of that was just a clear indication that we worked great together. It was one of those, I feel like, once in a blue moon, once in a lifetime opportunities that two groups of people, two people like I Prevail and Tyler meeting together. And I think that spark that happens between us really only happens a few times, and it's to find you have to find the right people to work with. And I think Tyler was just the guy for the job for this record.
You are a very, very young band that has achieved great notoriety for the quality of your work. How did you not lose ground to do this success?
That's a great question. I think from day one, we wanted to be the biggest band possible. We weren't just going to write songs that were fun to play live and just have fun playing shows. We wanted to write the best material that we related to and that we connected with. So always trying to stay ahead of the listener, especially with this record. That was a big thing that we tried to do, was to stay fresh with the music. Like if this big buildup was coming in the bridge and you thought a breakdown was coming. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something different, or where you think a big singing chorus is going to be. Maybe we switch it up and do something different. So I think between always just having integrity for what we're writing, what we're creating, but always trying to do the best version of it is very important. And I think that's really what set us up in the beginning to be where we're at now. And it's just now putting in the work and trying to always stay ahead of the game.
Well, you recently hit 1 billion streams in Spotify, which is not a small thing for a metal band, especially outside the big dinosaurs industry, like Metallica or something like it. It's
Yeah.
very, very important. And a couple of years ago, you had a couple of Grammy nominations. Does it somehow put pressures on you to go forward and improve?
I, First, I think winning awards for art is really strange. So, but the idea that a group of people said this piece of work is very exceptional. This is some of the best stuff that's happening right now. That's incredibly flattering. And going into writing this next record, I don't we didn't use that as a tool like saying, oh, we were nominated last time, we have to win one now, we have to write stuff to win. It was more of a, wow, the stuff that we took chances on and risks on the last record paid off. Those things that we were unsure of and we just did them anyway, those decisions we made, in the end people enjoyed them and appreciated that and liked what we did. So when we went to this record, we just used that honestly as a good way of going, well, it worked for us in the past to just write challenging things and push the boundaries a little bit. So let's keep doing it. And if people hear this record and go, wow, that was really good, that was incredible, I see what they did there and it's awesome. That's all we want from it. As long as we can write and be true to being an artist and writing what we enjoy, and that fans in turn enjoy it as well, then that's all you ever want.
And now that shows are back, I saw that you will be part of this huge emo festival. When we were young,
Yeah.
how do you feel? It's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
It's exciting. It's exciting, man. I remember we were flying out. I think we were flying out to LA to start finishing this record, and I think it was that. And I'm about to get on the airplane, and our manager hit me up on the side, and he's like, "I haven't told the rest of the guys yet, but I want you to know that we got this offer, and it's for a festival, and you won't guess who's headlining." I took a couple of guesses. I was like, "I don't know." Tell me. He's like, Paramore and My Chemical Romance, and we're playing. It's all one festival. I lost my shit. I was so excited. I'm a huge My Chemical Romance fan, and then not knowing anything about the festival, later on seeing all these, the flyers come up and seeing all the other bands, I was blown away. Like, not only was it just Paramore and My Chem, it's all these other incredible bands I've never got the chance to see growing up, that they're all going to be there. And I like bands like Jimmy Eat World, and it's awesome. I'm beyond stoked to be a part of it, and even more stoked to watch these bands.
Because as I said before, you were a young band, and some years ago you were fan of all these bands, and then you had the chance to share the stage with them.
It's crazy, man. It doesn't feel real. It's like, this life is a simulation. There's no way this is happening. Like, I got a tattoo of My Chemical Romance when I was younger. And now here we are playing a show with them. Never thought that would be an opportunity I'd ever have in my life. And there's a lot of opportunities we've had with our music and touring and playing with all different bands and different places in the world. And it's incredible. It's what though, we haven't played Mexico yet, and I'm dying to get down there, man. I'm really excited. We got to make it down there soon.
I can remember. Have you already been in Mexico for?
We played a cruise that stopped and had days off in Yucatan and Cozumel, and so got a day to explore just a little bit, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful down there. So I want to make sure that we can actually go down and play a whole tour and meet the fans and see the fans that have been supporting us for so long without ever us ever being able to make it down there.
That's awesome to hear. Well, Eric, thank you so much for your time, and
Of course.
I hope to see you here in Mexico.
Yeah, man, it's we're planning out the next couple of years and looking to see what we can do. I'm hoping the next year or two we can make it down and see y'all and have a good time. But again, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Maybe a Mexican festival like Hell in Heaven, or I don't know, Mexico Metal Fest. You had a lot of choices.
Hey, if we ever get the offer, I'm voting yes.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for your time. Amigos, escuchen True Power de I Prevail, que sale este viernes a través de Fearless Records. Eric, take care, my friend.
You too. Thanks again for having me. Much love, and hopefully see you sooner than later.
Goodbye.